Alright guys, got the Hawk out of the dining room in the backyard. It's got gas in it, fresh oil change. So we are going to try and start this thing for the very first time. So let's see how it goes. Probably going to need choke. Choke is up on this. Here goes nothing. Oh, that control's a little loose. Maybe half choke. It will like better. I should have brought a screwdriver with me. I think the idle needs to be adjusted. Ooh, well, it's gonna stay. Pretty quiet. Oh, it already stinks. I can smell it burning off the manufacturing oils and stuff. So I actually don't think I'm going to turn the idle up right now. I'm going to let it idle there a little bit. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit and do a couple of heat cycles, and then I'll take it for a spin around the yard. Sounds good.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I let it run about 5 minutes or so. I did turn the idle up just a little bit. We'll let it cool off and then do a couple more heat cycles.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, here we go. Heat cycle number 2. No choke this time. See if it just starts right up. Nice! Alright, I think what I'll do is I'll let it run a couple minutes this time, and then I'll do some low throttle around the yard, and we'll go from there.
Several days later.
Alright guys, so this is my first official ride out on the Hawk. I've been around the neighborhood with it and up the road a little bit, but it's the first time actually taking it out for any amount of time. So I've only got like 1.5 miles on it so far. We'll do a couple miles here and let you guys know what I think. So I mean, so far, just from kind of putting around with it and stuff, I've found a couple of things, a couple of quirks that are good to know. But overall, I'm really impressed with this bike. Let's see, let's go down here by the river. So yeah, anyway, so I mean, this is the Hawk 250. This one's the carbureted version, and I got it for it was around $1,500. And then I've put a few $100s into it, and I've probably got another couple hundred I'm planning to put into it. So all said and done, you know, if you figure $2,000 for a decent dirt bike, that's pretty awesome. So I mean, number one, that price tag is definitely appealing, and so far I gotta say I am pretty impressed. It feels good, it handles good. It's got a short wheelbase on it. My last Enduro dual sport was a DRZ 400, which has a 5-inch longer wheelbase, so this definitely turns down quicker. It's very responsive to body English, so that's a little bit different for me, but if you've ever ridden a CRF 250, or I'm sorry, a CRF 230L or something like that, it's about the same wheelbase. So yeah, anyway, you know, a couple of things that I don't care for, and they may just be quirky little things that are gonna take care of themselves, but I don't like, it kind of gives a false neutral. And what I mean by a false neutral is that it tells you it's in neutral, I didn't realize there was pavement on this. This is an old town road that's no longer used. Anyways, it tells you that it's in neutral, and then you let the clutch out, and bleh, it dies because you're thinking it's in neutral, and it's not. So, I mean, maybe once it breaks in, transmission breaks in and stuff, maybe that'll go away. Huh. I guess, I don't know. I guess it's the end of the road. It used to go all the way through. It probably still does. Looks like maybe down there. I don't want to go to somebody's house. Oh, wow, look at that up there. River looks good. But, yeah, so that's one little quirk. One other one is that my fuel gauge doesn't work. And I'll have to double check my wiring. I know it's plugged in, but I don't know, it's not working anyway, so we'll check that out. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go through there, only because I think it comes into somebody's yard. But anyway, so what else? Whoops. So what else do I like about the Hawk? I like a lot of stuff about the Hawk, actually. When you take into consideration the price of it, there's a lot of things to like. I mean, I'm actually pretty impressed with the build quality. I'm definitely happy with it. I mean, I built this thing in my dining room. So, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit anxious when I first went out on it, but it feels good, it feels solid. You know, I double checked out a lot of the bolts and put some Loctite on and stuff like that. So, I guess I don't consider that a downfall or a negative. But you just have to know going in that this is something that you're gonna have to wrench on yourself, and it takes a little extra up front, maybe a little extra maintenance and double checking some stuff. But I think it's worth it. Maybe not the fastest bike in the world, but it's great for this kind of stuff. It's got the 21-inch front tire, knobbies, perfect for trail riding. Still handles okay on the road as far as I'm concerned. It's got a decent amount of giddy up. I mean, I think the spec is like 14 to 15 horsepower on this thing. I did swap the I did swap the head gasket on this to get a little more compression. So I mean, I don't know, I might be getting another tenth of a horsepower or something, who knows, but it's a cheap mod, it's easy to do. I did a video on it, you can check that out if you're interested. So I mean, and this would make a good beginner's bike to learn on. You know, you learn to ride and you learn to wrench at the same time. You learn basic bike maintenance. I mean, these push rod engines were built to take abuse. They were built for developing countries. It's based on a Honda CG 125. So they'll take some abuse. That doesn't mean you should abuse them, but it does mean you probably could get away with making a few mistakes. And it wouldn't be the end of the world. So yeah, the only thing to know is the seat height's a little high, you know, so if you're not I mean, I don't know. It's too low for me, but I'm 6'4". I wouldn't say too low. I'm comfortable on it, actually. It's a little lower than my Deezer was, but if you're short, you know, you can make some adjustments. You can lower the forks a little bit in the front. You can get a shorter shock in the rear. So, kind of just rambling about a bunch of stuff you guys probably don't care about yet, but just want to give you an idea if you're considering buying one of these, kind of what you're in for. Yeah. So, like I say, I'm 6'4", about 230 pounds right now. In any case, it seems to handle well. It feels good with my weight and height. I got no complaints. It's actually, the more I ride it, and I've got a few miles on it now, you know, between what we just did and putting around the neighborhood. It's definitely feeling good. There's a lot of vibration to it. It's not a counterbalanced engine, so that's perfectly normal. But you're gonna notice it, you know. I'm okay with that. Again, you're going to give up some of these things, you know, to save that cost over what you'd expect out of a Yamaha or a Honda or a KTM or you know, anything like that. But again, I think it's worth it. I wouldn't hesitate to get another one. But I'll get a couple 100 miles on this thing and do a proper review of what I think, and update you along the way. I'm going to put a digital dash on this maybe tomorrow. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms, so it'll be a good day to do that. I won't be able to go out riding. Stay right there, squirrel. So, yeah, so I'll try to do a video on that digital dash install, because I haven't seen any real good videos on it. And that gives you a gear selector as well as a tachometer and a couple other things. So look at that, those guys wave to me. Friendly bikers around here. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes the sport bikes and the cruisers, they don't like to wave at us dual sport guys, you know. But let's take a quick spin down to the parking lot here. Somebody's been doing donuts down here. Oh, we can't go down here anymore. I knew they sold this, but I didn't realize they blocked it off. Huh, well, I guess no more donuts. Alright guys, well I think that pretty well wraps it up. I would say my first ride impressions are, I'm liking it so far. And look forward to putting a lot of miles on it and getting out on some trails and really putting it to the test. So, like I said, I'll update you. I'm still in the break-in period, so I'm trying not to beat on it or anything like that. Just kind of take it easy and get the engine broken in and get a feel for the bike. People leave this garbage everywhere, man. It's no wonder that they don't want places opened up. Alright guys, well thanks for riding along with me. I hope you found that somewhat informative. If you're thinking about buying one, maybe I gave you a clue in some things maybe you had questions about. You can leave stuff in the comments below. And I will do my best to answer them on what I know and have read, and I'm a furious researcher, but and I like to figure stuff out. So yeah, so if you guys found this useful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind, and if you think it's absolute trash, give it a thumbs down. That's how the system works, so I got no issues with that. And you know, maybe consider subscribing. I'm going to post plenty of Hawk videos, and I've got some other projects going on, and it's kind of what this channel's all about: motorcycles and ATVs and all things that go vroom vroom. And we will catch you next time. Thanks for riding with me. See, it just did it just then. See, it says neutral, but watch. It's trying to go. Now I'm in... It's almost like I should do it by feel and not trust the light.